All right, theoretically, we're live.
We're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Oh,
I don't know why I talk in such high-pitched voice. I'm like, hi.
No, and I have such a problem with that even when I'm filming my own videos sometimes. Like, my voice goes higher, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's still just you and a camera.
I know, it's so true. I know, because it's funny because it's like some videos, like there was one video where I had to speak up, I think it was the 25 years in LA or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like the narration is all like la 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 la, and then I'm all like, and then whenever I'm talking, and I'm like, oh, but it's like, what can I do? So
That's amazing. Well, I think I see that people are hearing us just fine. I'm seeing eyes. I see Jasmine's been waiting for this all day. Me too, Jasmine. I'm gonna be honest.
Me too.
I did so I'll talk about my story real quick, but I've been copying and pasting stuff because this one section of story has been pretty good. But then what happens is that though I copy and paste, I actually have to go back and fix smaller stuff, but it's a reread and then add and then that kind of situation. So I copy and pasted my stuff for the day, as in I did 3 keystrokes, but I have not read over it or done anything with it. Like, I worked on other stuff this morning. I didn't even work on my NaNoWriMo project. So I've been waiting for this. What about you, Becca?
Oh yeah, no, same. I've actually been sewing all morning, all the way up until like 10 minutes ago. So because I was literally like, today, we're gonna do this live, so I'm gonna get the words there, and then later Kevin and Laura are going to do their live, and I can get words in there. So I'm like, okay, I've got 2 lives today.
No, I'm ready. Yes. Well, and I'm actually doing something, obviously not in this one, but in Kevin and Laura's, you were talking about how in other lives you multitask with like chores and writing. I have finally come to the conclusion that it's time to freaking clean my room, because since Nano started, it's just all downhill. We were talking about this. So I've done a fair amount of putting my clothes up. I still have an entire pile on my bed to go, but I think I'm going to do that. So I'll feel just so productive for the day. And because I did my other stories today, this is the best I've felt in a bit. So.
And it's funny, that's true. It's like especially when you're just sort of a creative person, and even though we like to downplay, cleaning and things like that, it does affect your mood, and it does feel like you're accomplishing something great when you clean it up.
No, I just feel so much. It's terrible because I feel so much better having a clean space, and yet I let it get to a level that's like so disordered, and I'm just like, what are you doing? You're not helping yourself.
I know, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Wait, Ren says hi from Disneyland.
What? I was just there on Tuesday.
I just finished Becca's video where she went to Disneyland with her mama. Great.
Oh, and I found out, this was so heartbreaking, on Instagram. My best friend growing up was there on Sunday, and she was like, I didn't even think, because she knows that I live in LA, which is kind of far from Anaheim.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't realize how much I go to Disneyland, and she was just like, I should have called you. Like, she's coming from Seattle. I was like, oh man.
Oh. Also, Ainsley is at Disney World. Oh my gosh. Oh, but your friend now.
I know. No. Oh, seriously though, I'm definitely gonna go back for sure. I want to do some writing there, I think, for Nano.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I just feel like it's it's that immersion thing. I just love it.
Yeah, I really appreciated what you said in your video, because I was sitting here and I was like, that's one of the things I love about Disney, is just how I always get inspired for world building when I'm there, because I've been transported to another place, and I'm like, this is the feeling I want to give people that I've fully transported you.
Exactly. Should we?
Yes.
This is Emily Bourne's debut novel in America. I got my copy today, so I thought that I would unbox it on the live.
Yeah.
So here we go. If I can.
I know, it took me some extra ripping. For those of you who don't know, Becca and I both beta read Emily's book. So, and besides, Emily, oh look, besides Emily just being a really good friend of ours, you know, we're both personally invested.
We already know we love it, so it's like it's even better.
It is so much better.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, it's so pretty!
So pretty. Hold on.
Oh, you got yours today too. That's right.
I did, and so now I have this section where I have Emily's books and Becca's books, and it's just on my desk. And I'm like, this is the best thing ever. So,
yay! Oh my God, it looks so good.
It does, and the inside is formatted so well,
and it's pretty.
You know that like the book feel, the physical book feel. Yes. So, oh my gosh.
I'll just be like looking at this and like, oh, we're supposed to be doing sprints.
Well, this is like inspiration. Look at what can happen. There are some people, not me, on AuthorTube who do publish their books. What happened?
Soon, you're publishing soon, so
it'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what, until then, I get to look at y'all's books and feel very excited to be.
Well, I think what I loved about Emily's in particular is that you know, we've been watching, I mean, I know not the beginning because she started writing it, I think she said in like high school, but really we got to see the journey, like the full journey from, I think originally she was thinking she was going to traditionally publish and, you know, and then to go to indie. I don't know. I just think it's one of those cool.
Getting to follow the whole journey has been so cool.
Yay! Oh, Emily! I know.
That's what. Oh, I didn't mean to press that, but oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Dean. That was the best accidental button ever. So what do we want to start at? Because I know on your last live, you were going up to some pretty high.
That was Hannah, man. She was all like 30, and I'm all like, oh, okay.
No, you did good. I even put in the description, which I'm terrible, and I did not edit the description to include your channel because I'm an idiot. But I reference Becca all the time, so she's in my videos.
Yeah,
but I was like, but this is gonna be a sprint heavy one because that's what
I need to get all the words in. Seriously, I'm like I said, haven't done anything today, so
yes. So the question is, what are we thinking?
Well, I know we start out small-ish, you know, like a 10, but maybe we should just go for a 15. It looks like, what is everybody saying?
Yeah.
5, 10, 45. Okay, come on.
You know what? Let's do a 13.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
I'm going to switch it up. We're going to do a 14 because it's day 14 of NaNoWriMo.
That's perfect. Oh, I should get my Forest app out.
Yeah.
I'll have to do 15 on the Forest app. They don't do minutes, unfortunately.
No. That's okay. We're just going to make it fun, and we just can't look at our phones. It's fine. Sorry, guys, as I try and get everything up and running. I know,
now I'm like relaxing. It's all like, oh, okay, gonna take care of it.
I'll actually make it 1441 because y'all know I like the fun back and forth numbers. So that way it's close to the 15 minutes. Perfect. Let me see if I can share this. Am I doing this right? Oh, perfect. It's there. Okay. I'm always surprised. All right.
Probably get my Scrivener file up.
Useful. And then while Becca's doing that, I'm going to go back to the comments and y'all can tell us how you are doing today. Hi, Lauren. Not even at 14K yet. You got this. You can do it.
Yeah, I just hit 20K though yesterday, so.
Yay!
I know. I can't believe that either, Claire. That's insane.
It's just, it doesn't seem real.
Not at all.
Okay, are you ready, Becca?
I am ready.
Okay. And start. Oops. I didn't realize I'd muted the site that does the timer. I'd unmute it.
Oh, you mean it went off earlier?
Yeah, so there was an additional 10 seconds. It's fine.
So we probably actually got a full 15.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right. How'd you do?
I did 398.
Yay!
I'm at the last chapter finally of the first girl, so.
Oh my god!
I wrote that middle chapter that I was talking about from the other girl, and it's a literally like a chapter. But it got wow! Oh my god! Look at everybody's holy!
I know. 244, 384, 579. Who are you? 540. Who are you people? How do you do this?
No, what, freaking 14 minutes? Jeez.
This is crazy. Look at
9:69.
it. Should feel good. 6:40.
Yeah, I know. Oh, hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. But also 3:61, but only sprinting for 7 minutes. Get out of here.
Okay, way to make me feel bad. I was going the whole 14 minutes and I barely got that much.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, Charlie's handwriting. 3:30. Oh my gosh. This is insane. I got through one scene editing a little bit as I went. And then I just got to this scene where I need to bridge a gap because didn't realize I didn't do that. I just moved on to the next scene. So that's what I think I'm going to focus on the next sprint, which is always kind of fun. Bridging the gap.
So essentially it's like when you write separate scenes, getting like all these notifications. When you're writing the separate scenes, then when you're going through your, because I know you have your 0 draft, but when you're going through your first draft, essentially,
yeah,
then that's when you do the fill-ins kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to make it so that at the end of the first draft, I think I said before that like someone else could read it and understand it. Because if I don't bridge the gaps, no one else is going to understand.
You're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah. Off and random thing. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do in this first draft. Is fix it up. I mean, I still kind of like what you and I were talking about. I still wouldn't really want anyone to read it.
Yeah.
The best, but like the story should make sense.
Right. And hi, Brooke. I didn't know Brooke was here.
I know. Look at that.
Yay. I know. Seriously. I mean, I always think I'm writing fast, and then I'm like, then I do a live, and I realize I don't write fast at all.
That's what I think too. I'm like, I'm so speedy, and then I get to these things, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations, Allison! Oh my gosh!
Wow, that's amazing. I am nowhere near that.
What do you think, Becca? Any advice for when you're really behind on your word count?
I mean, you just have to, for me anyway, I just have to get to a point where I just have to let it go. Because there have been like nanos where I only got 16,000 for the whole month. And it was just because either I wasn't feeling it or I just had too much to do. And so, you know, you have to just be, I guess, just be kind to yourself. It's so hard because we just always want to be so mean to ourselves. Yeah, that's all I can say. I mean, think about it this way. Anything that you say about yourself, would you ever say that to one of your friends? And the answer is always 100%, I would hope. No, like never. Like I would never say to you, like, Kate, I can't believe, like, what are you at? Like, how behind are you? I seriously, you need to catch up. Like, wow. I mean, but that's what I do to myself. Like, I can't believe how behind I am. Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's like, nothing is wrong with me.
Nothing's wrong. No, it's totally fine. I agree with that advice. You just got to, at some point, you have to recalibrate what your goals are and just understand that as long as you're doing your best. That's how I always feel about everything. That's why I eventually try to rework my brain too, is rather than being so behind, as long as I'm trying my best for any given day, I've done good. And sometimes my best is better other days than not. You know, it goes up and down, but as long as I'm attempting. you
know yourself more than anybody else. So if you know that you maybe have a couple of 5K days in you, then just save up and do those. I mean, that's what I did last year. I thought I was done with Nano. I didn't think I was going to win because I had 15,000 words left and 3 days. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do 5K a day and just try. And I did it, so sometimes you have it in you. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, it's so true. Also, I love your DuckTales shirt.
Oh, yay! I know. It's funny though because it is strange that Disney, with the success of the new DuckTales show, doesn't have any swag.
Yeah,
this is old because they all have caps. That's how I know.
Do they not have caps in there? I haven't watched any.
Where's the red guy?
Yeah.
Only Dewey does. Only because he has like, you know, in the new one, he's the one like who has the cap because he's like, you know, and then Louis, the green one, I'm backward everything. He just has a hoodie. And then Huey, it's like all backwards. Anyway, he just doesn't have a hat at all. So yeah, so it's like I mean, I love the original because it has such a special place in my heart because that's like what bonded my husband and I together. But the new one is, I can't even believe I'm saying it, but it is like exponentially better.
Wow, I'm gonna have to go watch it.
That's so good.
That's what Brooke's asking the correct question, which is it on Disney Plus now?
Yes, it's the only place you can watch it now.
Yes, I watched Winnie the Pooh this morning, and it was the best decision I've made. I was so happy.
Yeah, I mean it's still a show for kids, but they put enough adult humor in there that it's so funny. And I swear to God, Glomgold, I am obsessed. But Webby, the thing that I love so much, I don't mean to make this like a DuckTales like. But the thing I love about the new DuckTales is that all the female characters are so badass that they're even like better than the boys in some ways. And so it just was like this, because the original, I didn't even know there was a Webby. Like I forgot about her. That's how sort of inconsequential she was in the original. Yeah. And this time she was like me as a kid. She's just like, adventure! Like, you know, and she's just like the one that's trying to push the boys and they're all like, do we have to? You know, and she's just like, yes, we do.
Yay. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm gonna watch it now. Disney Plus and everything, I am ready. Also, I see Leela says my daughter's doing Young NaNoWriMo too. That's awesome. That's so cool. I think how great is NaNoWriMo? Anyways, so that's incredible. And like I think it's awesome that any parents are encouraging their kids to write.
Oh yeah.
Coolest thing.
I would have loved to have Nano as a kid. It didn't exist for me because I'm old. But I'm really finding out that my friend was of the first Nanos. Like, so I was already in my 20s, so yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, look, Aphrodite's here. Hello! She hosts a lot of really good write-ins, too.
Yes.
Look at that. All the DuckTales.
Lena. Yeah, I love Lena, too. I'm telling you, the females in the new DuckTales. And the voice acting is, okay, I'm sorry, I keep on going up. But I'm just obsessed with the show. It's so freaking good. But yeah, David Tennant is Uncle Scrooge, and it's just that alone. Come on.
All right. So the next question is, do we want to do another sprint? And also at some point, not to push it on you if you don't want to do it, because I appreciate that you have them in your videos. If you want to pull a card, I've seen some people being like,
I already pulled my card today, which was amazing.
Do you want to give us a sneak peek before your vlog?
Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, I'll just show you. Can I oh, it is. Okay. So it's the Badger, okay?
Yeah.
And it's take charge of your life. Go for it. Trust your abilities.
That is the best card during NaNoWriMo. Although the unlimited potential one you got a couple days.
That one's really good too, but
this one's a good one.
This one really hit me because it says trust your abilities, and I don't, you know, I'm always like, oh, I suck, this is terrible, this is crap. And it's all like, no, you know what? You can tell a story. Yeah, it might not be the best. You're definitely going to have to edit, but trust that you can do it. You've done it before. You can do it again. Yeah. So it was a really good card.
That is the pep talk.
Yeah. Do you want me to pull a card for you? Or do you want to pull a card?
Ooh.
Do you have your cards available?
I do, but it's that, you know, they're like the ones you got me, though they are like theoretically, they could be daily ones. It's like a little, it's not quite as obvious. So like this one says, don't let your past hold you back, which is really good, but it's one of those where it's like, there's not a whole lot extra.
Right. And then you have to like kind of read
through it. So like, I honestly, I don't know that I could pull a better card than the one you have.
I know, it's pretty good. Oh, and Heather, hi, by the way. Darkwing Duck, they do this arc with Darkwing Duck through, I know I keep talking about DuckTales, but they do this arc with Darkwing Duck throughout season 2, and it is brilliant. To the point where there's actually a moment where Scrooge McDuck is wearing 3D glasses like he does in Doctor Who. Like, they pay homage. Like, there's no reason for him to be wearing the 3D glasses, but anyone that knows Doctor Who, he was sort of famous for wearing the 3D glass.
Oh.
And Catherine Tate, who plays Donna in Doctor Who, is one of the big bads. Her voice.
Oh my god. I'm sold. I was sold before, but I'm double sold.
I could go on, and you know I would, but I won't.
How long do we want to do the next one for? Do we want to go up to? Okay, go for it. What do you want to?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go up to 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. The question's going to be for people in the chat. I'm going to pose a question. We'll just do the thing. 2002 or 2222?
Oh, that's my favorite number. 2222.
Oh well. Sorry, you guys
I don't mean to like put to like influence.
I lied. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to include some audience interaction. But
no, you should.
No. That's too good.
It's so weird that you literally said my favorite number. Oh yes, people are agreeing. Yay!
Everyone's going for it. It's going to happen. Okay.
It's just funny. As a kid, I was obsessed with the number 2, and my mom was like, "Well, what's your favorite number?" And you'd think logically it would be 2, but I'm all like 2. Like I had to do it 4 times.
You're like, all of it.
So, you know.
All right. Well, okay. I got to get my forest app ready. I wasn't thinking about it. We got to plant those trees, people.
I know. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna actually on the tree app go to 25 just so I can get a tree instead of a shrub.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. It's all a lie. I went ahead and planted mine. All right. Are you ready? Okay, and start. All right. How'd you do?
Good. I did 546.
That's awesome.
I had a couple hiccups, but because I'm like, it's definitely another information dump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can tweak that later. It's just, yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes you just got to get it out and you can always fix it later. That's my mentality. I did want to highlight this comment from Aphrodite Lee, though. Her novel debuts this month. How cool. Terrified. And I figured, Becca, you could speak to this. Whenever your novels debut, is that a nice, excited, terrified mix, or are you just like ready for it to be out? Or
well, my first novel, I was scared, yeah, because I did that in 2010, and that was when self-publishing or indie publishing was really, really looked down upon. CreateSpace had only been around a couple of years. Not many people even heard of it, and we're just sort of like, so a lot of the novels going up were just like people's Word documents that they were, and it just got this real bad reputation. So I tried, my best to make it a business. We started a company, and did all the things, like essentially started sort of a boutique kind of publishing company. But yeah, I was scared.
Yeah, you've seen a lot. You've seen a lot. I mean, you've seen like indie publishing it is still looked down upon in some circles, but it's nothing compared to like what it was.
People do not care as much anymore at all. Yeah, it would be like back in 2010, when they'd, when you tell them or something, oh no, first they find out you have a book and they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And they get so excited. And then you're like, oh, and they're like, well, who published it? And I was like, oh, well, and I'd say, and they were like, oh, like it would immediately just be like, that's not real.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't exist. That's not real.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay.
It is real. You can buy it.
Yeah. You just with the haters, you just get back at them with, succeeding, I guess, and just
sales.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's totally scary no matter when you release your book. But I think the scary part is just wondering what people will think of it.
Yeah, well, and I can't imagine how hard it is because you have, when you think especially for indie publishing, but even traditional publishing, like so many people have read this book before it's out, and yet there's a lot of unknown still how, like, I don't want to, like, general public, how the readers are going to react to it, even though you've had so many readers already. Yeah, I can't imagine.
I know, because you always wonder, like, even like the betas, you're like, I mean, I was lucky. I think I was telling you this before. I was lucky because one of my really good friends was a high school teacher. So I was able to, like, my exact demographic, 16, 17-year-olds, they were able to beta for me. So yeah. I was lucky in that sense because I like, if they're excited, that's who I'm trying to reach. So yeah. So I had a little bit, the people I was worried about were like my adult friends.
Right. Yeah.
Because they'll be like as if they would have read like Twilight. They'd be like, I'm not going to read this,
Yeah.
So
that's what, oh man. Oh my goodness. My brother is a high school teacher. So he might be changing career paths soon. I think this is his 4th year teaching. So I should ask him, be like, by the way, bro, before you leave, can you give some of the high schoolers my books?
It really helps. It really does, because things you don't even think about.
Yeah.
Although the weirdest thing was that, you've read Riser. I was shocked at how everyone, like, I'm not even kidding, not one person was Team Ryan. They were all Team Bill.
That's so funny.
I'm like, really? Because in my mind, I fashioned Bill after, guys that I was like really good friends with that I just didn't feel that way for. And so I just kind of wanted to show that type of relationship, that you still love them to pieces. You just don't feel that way.
Yeah.
But man, That's why I kind of went a little overboard in 2 with yeah, I don't know yet. It's all like I make him do some things that are like
Ooh, got a little teaser.
well, they're very within his character, but it's just you know, he's not as pure as he was in the first book.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that though. Oh my god.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, you've almost hit your
I know. Yeah, you almost hit the daily goal for NaNoWriMo. That's crazy. 500.
I'm hoping to do that during this live.
Ooh, that would be good.
That's
and then hearing Kevin and Laura's, it's like all bonus words at that point.
Yes! I'm a little behind, so oh my gosh, everyone's doing amazing.
I know. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, oh, I just wrote 850 words, which just led me to 50,121. Oh, that's awesome, Sabrina. Yay. Also, I love your little avatar icon. It's the moon and water. And that's
I know, that's really cool.
That's great. Oh my god, way to go. Also, Becca, because I'm gonna make this semi not as important to the stream, but apparently people can't at you for some reason. They're having people adding you within the stream, and texted me and said maybe it was I know. So apparently people want to at you, but it's not working.
I just figured no one wanted to talk to me. It's cool.
Just this stream. Let me go try and do that. I wonder if you have to have commented. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't at you either. So I don't know.
That is so weird. I just have that little toolbox next to me.
That's so strange. Try typing something in there. I'm over here.
Hi. Does that work? I mean, I see it, but do you see it?
And now I can do it. So I wonder if you have to have typed a message before. Like,
oh my goodness, yeah. There we go. Okay.
That's it. Now I can do it.
Okay. Yay! I need to read now. Hi, everybody. Oh my god, it's like a snow of red. I love it.
Look at this. It's Becca. It's Becca. It's Becca. Yay. All right.
That's so funny. I didn't even know that you had to do that.
I know. Who knew? I didn't know either. Yay, I'm just seeing tons of at Becca.
Oh no, it's all like on my screen, it's just like red. It's like, yay.
Oh, well, thank you for coming, Sassy. We are very happy to have you. Yay for 811 words. Yay.
That's awesome. Yeah, so far I'm at, to see if I can actually do this, is I'm at 944. So I'd still need to get, you know, around 700 words to hit the minimum this live. So
okay, well, for people who are curious, we usually do 4-ish sprints, and since Becca and I have been upping them, we'll see what that leaves us at. We will stop at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is that, when is Kevin and Laura's? Is that 7 p.m. Central Standard Time? Did we do it so we had an hour break? Or am I
we have like an hour break. Yeah, I think we because it's like my time, it's like 3:08, so I think we were going to end at like 4, so like in the 40 minutes.
Okay.
So we got 40 minutes. So do you want to do like a 30? now that Dina like made me like feels horrible, but she's like 30, and I'm all like,
it's about 30. I don't know why the 22 for me.
I know,
like
good though. I don't know. Yeah,
it's just my attention span halfway through. Just I think dies. Also, Sarah wants to know, while I think over if I can do 30. Sarah wants to know if you got your day 14 badge.
Oh, I haven't entered yet. I'm hoping I do, considering I never get any badges whenever I enter anything.
Yes.
But I haven't entered yet. So I'll probably, on my vlog, I'll probably record myself entering to see if I actually get it.
That's what, fingers crossed. Mine was so weird the other day when I tried to enter something and it's like it didn't process for I think like 20 seconds, and then all of a sudden it was there, and I was like, okay, I guess. But then it hasn't come until like 2 days later.
Right.
It's fine.
Well, I showed you guys privately that I got the 7-day badge, you know, for like, what was it, 10 days after?
Yeah.
Same.
Look at that. Look at all these people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the 7-day badge was this elusive badge that a lot of people weren't getting.
Kevin and Laura's channel is Kevlandia. He is in the chat here. And then Laura 2.0. If I am smart, I will put those in the description as soon as this ends, and you should be able to find them. But if you just search Kevlandia, right here.
There he is. Yeah. And Kevin, is it on your channel or Laura's tonight?
Yeah, because that's the other question. But if you search Kevin, and then you'll be able to find the live stream.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that. And tonight it's on Kevin's. So.
There you go. All right.
Y'all take minutes to figure out where Kevin's channel's at. He is fantastic. His vlogs are always so funny. He brings a different element. He has an agent. He talks about, trying to go on submission for stuff. Anyways, it's great. And Kevin and Laura's live streams are hysterical.
I know.
They're siblings, so you have the great sibling dynamic. It's all wonderful things. So.
Yeah, the way they insult each other is beautiful.
That is the way to describe it. Okay, also, I'm so nervous. I don't know if I want to go full 30 minutes.
Okay.
Let's go like 27 minutes. How does that sound?
Or do you want to do, since we have about 40 minutes left, do you want to do like a 15 and a 20 or something? And then
yeah, that's a good. So they're like evenish.
And 2 left as opposed to it.
Okay.
I'm trying.
No, I can't do 30 yet. I'm going to work my way up to it at some point, I promise. But like, the idea.
No, it shocked me too. I was like, okay, I guess. But then I actually really liked it because they started really getting into it.
It's good though that like Henna's bringing something different to the game, Like, I can appreciate that.
Well, she's used to, because we always did 1 hour sprints, so she's so used to that. So for her, half hour was like, that's half the time. Like, and I'm like,
I think it's because when I sprint by myself, while I might be mostly concentrated for the hour I'm writing, sometimes I'll Google something. But during sprints, I try not to do anything. So the idea of not doing anything for an hour or 30 minutes sounds insane to me. But like, I can motivate myself not to look at anything else for 22 minutes.
Right.
So anyway.
Makes sense.
Do we want to do a 1919? And then
I love that.
Okay. Left after. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. We don't have Bro with us, so we use the timers.
Aww.
No, Bro. All right. Oh, I'll get my stuff ready. I don't even know where I put my phone. That's probably better, honestly.
No, you need a tree.
I know where I went to get food earlier. Oh, I see it now. Okay. All right. Okay. And everyone, start.
I got 444, but I'm up to 1388 for the live, so I'm so close.
You are. Oh my gosh. That's so exciting. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna do it. Gonna do it. Gonna do it.
Look at this one. 10, 656, 653, 529, 810. Get out of here. Oh, that's incredible. Honestly.
1,012. That's insane.
Yeah. Wow. Distracted with pizza is a great distraction.
It's still 235.
I know. I am rearranging a scene a little bit. I actually figured out, I had like a mini epiphany. It's not a full epiphany because I'm not there yet, but as of right now, it sounds like it should work, where I'm actually moving a scene toward the end because it would have a greater impact. Like I'll have to rework the scene, but the original purpose of the scene will be better later. So I just realized that, which means I now have to rework the next scene in order for it to fit, but I think I can do it.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's what I'm doing.
That's awesome. Well, I'm oh, sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I'm at the end of the girls chapter, so I'm like at the point where she's well, I can't really say. I was gonna say, and now I'm realizing I can't really say, but it's one of those moments where you're like, oh, so big.
I'm so excited though.
Can you get any more vague in your life? Oh, yeah. Act 2 is always the rough one, especially for pantsing, I would think.
I think so too. Just the middle in general for me, even when I think I've planned.
Yeah.
It's not the way I want.
Well, just because it's the longest and it leads up. I mean, intros are good, endings are good, but I mean, all the middle and lead up is, especially if you decide to do something different.
Yeah. It's one of those things that if you change one thing, that's where it's so funky.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, people are doing so good.
Corey, you need to teach us your ways. The middle is your favorite.
I mean, sometimes it is for me too.
I think it's the most challenging, which in a way makes it the most fun because it's like the bulk of the story, if you think about it, right? All the stuff's happening there. So that does make it cool. It's just the hardest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the part of the Act 2 that always gets me is the place right between Act 2 and Act 3. So it's like, especially when you know you're ending and it's like, okay, well now I need to get there. And even if you plan it, sometimes it just doesn't feel right. Like you don't feel like you did enough. Like that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I feel like I have to go back and do that. I think at this point, my characters are very two-dimensional. And some of them, I mean, like zero-dimensional. Like they are just people that are just like extras, basically. And they're not supposed to be. You're supposed to care about them. So that, unfortunately, I think is going to be the biggest part of the rewrite when I get there. But I can't really do much about it now. I realize I'm just sort of getting the plot out.
Yeah. But that's what I feel like that's what I always have to do. I always joke about layering stuff in later. Like I swear each draft I'm like kind of tackling another thing that I just layer more and more in. So I feel like the plot is the first thing I have to kind of get down in order to layer all that other stuff. Right?
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting too because now that I'm doing 3 different girls for me, it's like this first girl is plot, and the second girl is running with a love interest. She's not so much the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be really weird switching to like, oh, now I can like have fun with. So I feel like the second one would be better to read on a first read, like someone, like as a rough, because, like you have all these moments and like it's very character centric, but it's like The first one would just feel flat, like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the reason I'm also the breaking into 3 is hard. Why I'm having so much trouble with this 65 to 75% area. This mysterious thing.
See,
Like,
there you go.
here, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the range. That's exactly the range that for me too, that can be complicated.
Yep. Oh, so this is interesting. Alexandra says my book's based on a legend, so there isn't much room for pantsing. I've always thought that was the interesting part about people who are doing like retellings is how much creative liberties can you take with it while still it being the retelling of the story, you know? So in some ways, the plot set out for you. I don't know if that makes it easier or harder.
Or is it more like, I mean, I know it's based on a legend. I mean, I misinterpreted, I think. I thought she was saying like it's like a historical thing kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
because
yeah.
then it's like, then you can kind of like what really happened type thing, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah. But yeah, the retellings are, that's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was going to say about that, but yeah, with retellings, I would find complicated because I'm personally, I've never like had an interest in that. But sometimes I get that, like when you have an idea of like, ooh, if I like spun, you know, Cinderella, it's like whatever, you know, I totally get that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a lot of those where I'm like, wouldn't this be fun if, but then when I look at all this, like my story ideas stuff, I never go to those as the one I want to try next. Like, so I guess I'm looking for one to really be like, oh, I must try it.
Yeah, and maybe that's because like what you just said, it's you're limited to that plot, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Need freedom.
Glad I'm not the only one struggling right before I clicked. You were not alone. Not alone. Oh, there's a jump.
I know, I hate that when it jumps. You're like,
oh, see, that's interesting. I haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses, but yeah, I could see there's a lot of books I've heard are retellings, and then when you read them, you're like, it is?
Right. That's true. And then because they're just taking the basics.
Yeah. All right. Do we think we should do, I mean, we should. I know we should. How long do we want to prepare next?
Well, we have 20 more minutes. So do you want to just do a 15?
Yeah, let's do a 15. Let's, but I'm going to make it a fun number, but yeah. Do a close to 15.
Close to 15, yeah.
By the time I set it up, it'll have been.
Go back to the shrub.
I know. Womp womp. I think I accidentally set mine on to 25 and I started it late, so it might still be going. So I'm not going to touch him. He'll stay a tree. All right. 4th and final sprint, you guys. Are you ready?
Yes.
Start.
Ah.
How did you do on the final sprint? What did you get to? Did you pass?
I did. I got to 1800.
Yay!
How about you? How'd you do?
You know, I did manage to edit the next scene so that it fit the flow, and I took that other scene out to save it, so I'm doing good. I did realize as I started the next scene that this one's going to require a lot of work, but
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. I can take off the banner because that was it. That was the last one. Let's see how you do.
Oh my God. I can't believe it.
I'm so proud. I can't believe you finished your entire work goal. Well, this entire NaNoWriMo work goal for the day.
Yeah, and then because I really kind of wanted to catch up today, so hopefully with Kevin's live, then if I can do the same thing, I could double it. I could double it.
That would be awesome.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Way to go, Rain, hitting 30,000. That's incredible. Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh, I hit the wrong thing. When you're doing a word sprint and then you see this. Oh no.
Oh, I hate that.
I was going to say forgetting where you are during a sprint really is the worst because you're like, oh no, time is counting down. Yay! Yes, good job, everyone. Look at that, 15:45 for the day, taking you to over 30,000. Oh my gosh,
that's so cool. Oh,
I feel I need those last. Yeah. Write 23 more words. You can do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hit the 31. That's my big thing about doing this sentence is I will often keep going until I can get to the 1,000th mark. It's just like an extra bonus to move me forward.
Yeah. Oh my God,
you could do it. Oh my goodness. What were you gonna say?
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God. Oh, when does whoa. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, holy crap, you wrote 99,000 words so far. My mind was gonna go.
Yeah.
No, that's still amazing.
That's still incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, this story that I'm working on is gonna be so freaking long.
Yeah, it is. But 3 different main characters and a fantasy. Like, yeah.
I know, but it's weird. I really thought that I could get it to my normal count, which is around, 70 to 100K. I really did. I don't know what I was thinking. And I don't know why I can't. I just can't. Like, the story's just not.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot of story then. I mean, it makes sense. That's what I'm realizing too with the one that I'm writing, where it's just going to be more than I usually have. Like, I'm currently at 35,000 words, and I feel like I'm barely a third of the way through it. So I know it's just going to be a big one. It's like, it's not going to have any sequels. This is it. This is the story, and it's a fantasy. So I'm like, a standalone fantasy can be, even in YA, can be longer, right? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like when I was doing it back in the day, the YAs that were out back then were Hunger Games and Twilight, and those were all over 100,000 words. So yeah. It changes. There are waves.
Yeah, as long as it serves the story, that's what I tell myself. Yeah. That's what matters.
No filler.
Yeah, exactly. Also, way to go, Kevin. Now I need 2,025 more today to be able to finish on time. You know what, though? You're about to host a live stream.
Oh, I know.
But, I mean, I think that's it. We just passed the 2-hour mark. Thank you so much for coming. Again, check out Kevin's channel. He'll be doing live streams later. You will find Becca and I there trying to get some more words in. And thank you guys so much for coming and writing with us. It's always so fun to do this. So,
oh my God. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.